Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? We are doing another 20 questions, getting to know M Wallace 142. How you doing?
A wandering nerd I am, well, sir, how are you?
We're having a really good day today. It's been a fun weekend, a lot of things going on, and we're
Tell me
gonna
about it.
we're gonna get to know a little bit more about you. So we're gonna be digging out here at the Witch Farm, and we're gonna be doing our 20 questions. So we will jump back to you right here after the cut.
See you soon.
Alright, welcome back everyone. We are out here digging at the witch farm, and we are about ready to learn a little bit more about Wallace here. So you ready?
I am. Let's do it.
Alright, so the first question's a
Let the
tough
interrogation to begin.
first question's a tough one. Who are you?
Very good one. Always good to start at the beginning. I am Australian, and I am a part-time YouTuber that I've been YouTubing now for a little while, probably a bit over a year properly. Had a little bit of a play around before that. Been Minecraft mostly, also some indie games. I try, that's the operative word, to do sort of like daily content on my channel. But yes, Australian, 30s, young family, they keep me very busy. And yeah, just try to do my utmost to get as much gaming into my life as possible. Big part of my life for a long time. So yeah, it's YouTube helps that a lot, which is good.
Okay. Well, you've already answered number 2, which is where are you from?
Yes, yes. I know. Well, it's one of those things where we're very self-conscious as Australians. We like to tell, when we say, who are you? Well, Australian is one of the first things that comes to mind. So yes, yeah, Australia. I live in Brisbane, Australia, which is in the northern part of Australia, northern states. So mild winters, tropical summers. At the moment, it's winter over here, down here. So what are we looking at? We've probably got like, what was it, June? Yeah, just into June, and we're still looking at like 19, 20 degrees sort of maximums in the middle of the day, if that's centigrade. So Celsius, sorry. So yeah, lots and lots of heat and lots of beach time and things like that. So it's a pretty sweet place to live, I have to say. I really love it. It's a good place to raise kids, and we have a lot of fun here. So terrible internet. Absolutely terrible internet. It's the bane of my existence. I swear sometimes I go to hop on a server to record and it just all goes wrong because I can't get access to the server, or I've actually had a couple of videos that I've done previously of where the connection between was like a 2-minute lag between my client and the actual servers, and so I was killed by, it was actually on the Biffercraft server, I was killed by by a zombie who then took everything of mine. Diamond armor, diamond tools, a sort of smite 5, a sharpness 5 sword, the whole lot. And I would log back on after dying, and the server basically wouldn't recognize me for like 2 minutes later. And when it did, it would catch up. And of course, I got caught in this loop for about 20-30 minutes. So
Oh, those are
fun,
rough.
mate. Oh, nothing like it. Just yeah. I couldn't rage quit too because I needed my stuff back.
Yeah. So you got to call in
Oh.
reinforcements sometimes.
Yes, that's right. That's right. But again, it's just look. If that's the trade-off for living in Australia, it's a pretty sweet place to be. So, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's all good.
All right. Question number 3. When did you start playing Minecraft?
I started playing Minecraft on console actually. Had my oldest son, so probably about 3.5 years ago now. Yeah, about 3.5. No, maybe not even that. 3 years ago now. So I just had a PS4. Just can't. No, maybe it's PS3. Wow. So yeah, PS3 was at the time. So I was playing that mainly because that's what I was playing mostly at the time, and yes, and so that was the equivalent of, I guess, because the console updates are obviously lag the PC updates.
Mhm.
So it was like the equivalent of like 1.6, yeah, version. So I played that for a little while. I did a very quick little test series on YouTube, which you can't see the videos anymore because they're terrible. And I've made them all private. So I did a little test series a while back, and then just to because I liked this whole YouTube thing. I was a big fan of a number of YouTubers, number of gaming YouTubers. So gave it a bit of a test run. That was really fun. But yeah, so 1.6, and then I actually got PC Minecraft specifically when I joined the Wells Night patron server. When Wells Night Gaming set up his patron server, I thought, look, this is probably as good a time as any to bite the bullet and get some of these, get into this PC Minecraft. And all of a sudden, I had access to all these awesome things that were just really really fun. So yeah, I've been playing since then, all on all PC and all on SMP servers. I don't really play any single player anymore because I can play with other people instead.
Yeah, I kind of know exactly what you're saying there. All right. How long have you been doing YouTube?
So officially, I think I've been doing YouTube for about be coming up on a year and a bit. I think very shortly. So in terms of officially, I did a probably 6 months worth of very part-time sort of not testing as much as just having a play around with it and just sort of not really investing a lot of time, very amateur is what I would describe it. And so I did that for a little while, and then I think it was in May last year I did like proper branding, and so I sort of count my channel as being, and that's when I sort of started getting some subscriber growth and some views. So I sort of count my official sort of start in sort of May 2016. So yeah, a bit over a year now, which has been great. Been playing a lot of different games and a lot of Minecraft in that time, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, it's really really good. I really enjoy it. So.
All right. So what do you do for a living?
I'm in property development, actually. So Minecraft's not a huge stretch when it comes to building stuff from my life. Though I'm actually more in sort of like a financial accounting sort of role. So in that respect, it's a lot different. And that's actually why I like Minecraft, because I've always liked the creative aspect of Minecraft, because one, I always love creative stuff, but I'm my hands won't do what my brain tell them to when it comes to creative stuff normally, but my brain can tell my hand to click a mouse button, so I can do that. So this is my creative outlet, so to speak. So yeah, so in property sector, work across Australia, a bit into New Zealand, a little bit into Southeast Asia. Yeah, it's good. It ebbs and flows depending on the on where things are at in the market, and as it is everywhere, and where the economies are at. But I enjoy it. I like, especially when you're doing like residential buildings or stuff like that, because as much as it's a financial thing, I like to. It's people's homes. People go and live in them. It's nice. I like that. So that's why I think I like to build homes in Minecraft too. I just like that concept, building somewhere where somebody's going to live. Yeah, I think it's nice. So yeah, so that's what I do. Pays the bills, keeps my internet bills paid, which are exorbitant and for terrible internet, and yeah, important things in life.
Yeah. All right, and number it's your 6. How do you like your tea?
Tea. Ooh. So I've always been a big tea drinker. My family was never really a coffee drinker, so I've always had tea. So I've always been a white, 2 sugars, English breakfast tea man myself. But lately I've been having a few different varieties. There's a tea shop in Australia called T2. I don't know if it's overseas as well, but it sells like sort of loose leaf tea, a whole heap of different varieties, which is a lot of fun and really enjoyable. So been having a lot of sort of French Earl Grey or Irish breakfast, which is like got a peppermint in it as well. So but yeah, milk with 2, and excuse me, hang on a second. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. Segue. Look at that. Yeah, so but I do drink coffee. I have young children, so that sort of comes with the territory. And so I end up I'm probably like 2 cups of tea a day and 4 cups of coffee. Coffee for the body, tea for the soul. That's the way I describe it.
Makes sense. What is your favorite music genre?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I haven't honestly listened to a huge amount of music recently, mostly because if I do listen to music nowadays, it involves the Wiggles, primarily. And so it's not necessarily, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the Wiggles, but it can be a little bit yeah, it's not very stimulating. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
Unless you're, under the age of 5. So, what I used to listen to, a lot of, I'd say like Mumford and Sons. I was really enjoyed Matchbox 20 for a while. That's sort of showing my age there a little bit. Yeah, that type of music. I like a little bit of all the normal sort of pop stuff, but not huge amounts of it. Yeah, so that's a hard one. As I said, I'm a bit de-skilled when it comes to music because of the children. But oh well, that's all good. You can't have everything. I had to choose between music and Minecraft. I'll choose Minecraft.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Minecraft, what is your favorite Minecraft building block?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
What is your
favorite building?
Building block.
Ooh, okay. Favorite building block is probably can I answer this like multiple answers? I know that's probably cheating. Are there rules that I'm allowed to say that I'm have to...
The rules are to answer the question.
Okay,
so however
cool.
you want to answer it, go for it.
So, favorite building block in the game is definitely sand. Which is, I know it sounds a bit strange, but sand actually, and through sand, you've got sandstone, you've got chiseled sandstone, you've got slabs and stairs, you've got sand color actually is fantastic with juxtaposition with a whole heap of like colored blocks. I'm actually looking forward to with the new concrete blocks in 1.12 getting all of the the actual concrete powder, because it'll have that sort of it's one of 2 blocks that have a gravity effect to them, so you can then start talking about doing things like floating half slabs on the tops of so I think it's probably my favorite block in the game, most underrated block in the game, and of course because of that I never used it either. So it's my favorite block, and I've always said to myself, this season I'm gonna, in whatever server I'm, this season I'm gonna build something out of sandstone, and I never do. So if I have to say, that's probably my favorite block in the game that I really like. In terms of what I use the most of, that's easy. That's stone brick. I use obscene amounts of stone brick, too much stone brick. My last couple of bases that I've built on the World's Light Patron server or on Biffercraft have been stone brick, and I'm doing my absolute utmost to try and move away from that. So that's probably what I use the most of. Again, slabs, stairs, anything. I think that's the key thing for me: slabs and stairs. I like blocks that have that variety in it, because you're able to just build a lot more. And I know that everybody bags Mojang for not having slabs and stairs for a whole heap of other items, and I get it, because just having a blocks makes you stop and think and be a little bit more innovative in terms of the shapes you use if you've just got blocks. But I'm also super lazy, so I want my slabs and stairs. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they can take llamas and parrots, and if they can take them back and give me some slabs and stairs, that'd be great. So if Mojang are watching this, thank you for that. That'd be great. They're not watching this.
Oh, you never know.
No, that's true. If we say, I think it's one of those things. If we say Mojang 3 times in a row, they appear.
Oh, scary. All right. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolates, yes, everything. I like chocolate in my coffee. I like chocolate in my dessert. I like chocolates. Chocolate's fantastic. I think. Every time there is a study that comes out that tells me that chocolate is good for me, I want to just go and send that person like $1 million, whoever did that study, because that's just life affirming for me. And I'm very, very pleased with that. That's whenever we find out that chocolate's good for us, I go out and buy more chocolate.
There we go.
They never make the comment though in appropriate quantities.
Yeah.
They never make that. I never read that part. I only read the chocolate is good for you, and then I click away from the page on the internet that's sort of that's got that, and then that's it. Just go and buy chocolate.
Yeah. All right, we are on number 10, halfway through. Where does your creative inspiration come from for your builds?
I guess the main history and fantasy books, I think, would be 2 places where they come from the most. I've always been a bit of a history buff, so I like I like builds that have a historical feel to them, and I think Minecraft just lends itself to that just because of the block palette and the setting with the surviving in the wild and against zombies and those types of things. It's got a heavy fantasy element to it already. So I think fantasy style builds, castles, even in recent builds that I've done where I've done like sort of builds in ravine bases and things like that, they all still have very heavy sort of fantasy elements. So that's probably the historical or fantasy type of stuff is probably where I get most of my inspiration. But then I do a series, Minecraft quick builds, which is like a 15 minutes or so, 3 very quick builds in that, and I try to. That's the purpose of that series for me, is to try and sort of stretch myself a little bit, and to try and build some different things. And so there's a bit of stuff in there that's still, that's still very much, in that sort of historical or fantasy base. But I do love sci-fi. Sci-fi has always been a genre that I love. I love that in terms of gaming, in terms of indie games and those types of things on my channel, as well as just I've read an obscene amount of sci-fi books. So that's something that I'm actually thinking of doing a little bit more now with the concrete blocks coming out. I think that's going to just adds a much cleaner sort of look to it, and as in terms of building. So I think that's going to test me, but that's probably where I got most of my inspiration from: history and or sort of fantasy sort of background.
Okay. So is this the real life or is it just fantasy?
This is just fantasy. I know what real life is. I have 2 children. So I know exactly what real life is. Real life involves very little sleep, not by choice. I can handle no sleep by choice. If I'm playing Minecraft or something like that, it's amazing how resilient you can be when you are choosing not to sleep for a reason. But when that lack of sleep is put upon you in the form of children, that's tough. So that's definitely real life. Definitely real life. This is definitely fantasy, but fantasy's pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right. Number 12. What is your favorite outdoor activity?
I like running. It's probably the thing that I do. That I do. I don't do as much of it as I want to and or should. But that's always something that I've enjoyed. I've always just been able to run. It drives my wife insane a little bit because I can like, even if I haven't run in like 3 months or something, I usually can just go outside and run 5K relatively easily. I don't know. I did a lot of running when I was younger, and there's a little bit of remnant conditioning in there still, which is good. So I haven't outgrown that yet. I'm not that old, but that's probably what I do the most of. I love bushwalking and going outside. I'm living in Australia, so that sort of comes with the territory. The outdoor sort of environment sort of is part of it, and just kicking the ball around and with the kids, just that sort of stuff, which is it's really nice. It's nice to get away from the desk. Like, I have a desk job, and obviously I'm recording content, daily content, or even sometimes like a couple of episodes a day, and so to be doing stuff outside is always pretty important headspace wise as well as physically. So it's good. I like it.
All right. If you could meet anyone living or dead, who would it be and why?
I would meet the great Roman historical figure, Cicero. Cicero was in the Roman Empire. He was a lawyer. He was a member of the Senate. He was in this weird position. He knew Julius Caesar. He was at the just that whole creation of the Roman Empire when Caesar took over. He was right there, and he was a philosopher, Stoic philosopher, and just an incredibly interesting person. He also had an incredibly heavy lisp. So I always find it really interesting people who are very successful, in part because they have some form of disability. So he had an incredibly heavy lisp, and so he had to do a lot of training to stop him from having a lisp when he was talking, but he actually ended up putting it back on a little bit when he was talking and when he was like doing his oratory, because people like to listen to interesting people. It's like Winston Churchill. Part of the reason he was such a great public speaker is because he actually he had a slight lisp and spoke really strangely, and people, as soon as you speak differently, people listen. And I just think that combination of all of those things, I think he would be a fascinating person to talk to. Apart from that, probably, and I'm gonna. You've touched a really trigger point for me here. So we're gonna this episode's now going to go on for about an hour and a half. So sorry about that. The other person who I would find really interesting to meet would be the Marquis de Lafayette. From sort of French history, he was a lieutenant general with George Washington in the Wars of Independence. War of Independence. His life was just a fascinating one. He was in the first French Revolution, very heavily in the first French Revolution. So the American Revolution, he was in the first French Revolution. He was in correspondence and providing advice to the leaders of the Haitian Revolution. So he was also then in the Revolution of 1830, the July Revolution in France. So this man was like 85 years old, lived a life from 17, and basically the entire sort of 18th century of revolution and half the 19th century of revolution, which sort of formed the modern era, really came out of he lived most of it, and he never changed. His views never changed in terms of, despite all the bloodshed and all the horror and everything like that, he was just completely and totally committed to his views on liberalism and freedoms, and so he would be my second pick. So I'm going to take the liberties, no pun intended, and have two answers to that question there. So
it's a good one. They're both good and unique individuals.
I just like individuals who are interesting unto their own right, but also sort of have elements of history that they were centered around, and not necessarily themselves. Like, with Lafayette, with Cicero, history of that time was really determined by, Caesar. But I always find those people who were influential, interesting, but sort of were in the center adjacent to history, fascinating. And I think those two people are just, really interesting. So.
Yeah. Okay. Totally different topic. What is your favorite movie or television show?
Favorite movie? So it's movie or TV show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Favorite movie, in terms of, I guess, effect on me, and it's probably the third episode, Star Wars, the third original Star Wars. It was actually one of the first movies I ever saw, and that had quite a influence on me when I was younger. So that's one. In terms of, I guess, movies. In terms of TV shows, what I'm watching at the moment that I'm loving, and I've been binge watching it a little bit at the moment, is Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the US.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Adam Sandberg show, Andy Samberg. So I was going to say Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg show. It's just a great show, just so easy to watch and just so relaxing. So and really funny. So yeah, that's probably a bit of an unusual combination there, but that's probably my two favorites.
Okay. What is your favorite Minecraft build? Yours or another person's? It doesn't matter.
Favorite Minecraft build of mine was my recent Biffercraft server base.
Nice.
It's the best thing I've built, and it's the thing I'm proudest of that I've ever built in Minecraft. I feel like up until this period of time, I've been trying to build something. Like every base has been sort of an attempt at a build, and that was the first one that sort of felt like, this is an actual build. This is something that is complete. It's sort of it was good. So that's probably the thing that that's probably my favorite build. In terms of there's so many different things, so many different people I watch on YouTube or follow in terms of builds. In terms of like just generally building, I have to say I'm obviously a fan of Wells Knight, and so a lot of the things I think there was an elven house that he built recently at the end of the last season of his I think Biffercraft of the last Hermitcraft series, and I just really liked that. I liked it. Just punched out in one episode, and it was just a very nice build. And I've been following Wells now since he had like 2,500 subs, so I've sort of seen how his build style has changed over time, and that build there particularly was just a really it was just a good build, and I'd say that's probably something that comes to mind. But I like builders. I like in Minecraft. I like builders in Minecraft. Minecrafters who build and who have that sort of creative element to it, because that's obviously where I get my primary joy and enthusiasm from Minecraft. So yeah, there's a few people who I like, but Wells is definitely one of them, and one of the people I follow and am a patron of.
All right. What makes a perfect pizza?
Ooh, I am going to cause huge controversy here. I'm going to say perfect pizza is pineapple.
I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, good. So you never know. That's a trigger point for some people.
Oh, it is.
I would have gone like, if you were someone who did not believe on pineapple on pizza, this interview would be over. I would just be sitting there going, "Hello, hello, hey, nerd, are you there?" I'm Australian, so I like what's it called? Minecraft. I like Minecraft. I like Hawaiian pizza. So it's Australian. So that's ham and pineapple and cheese. I like it when it's in something like a supreme pizza or something like that. Yeah. So for me, it's pineapple, and I like saying that too because it does trigger somebody, and I just love it when people get completely and totally lose their head over something which is just stupid and inconsequential, and that seems to be something that just causes people to have a complete mental breakdown. So, so that's my choice.
There's nothing wrong with that choice. Oh, there's a ravine down here. Okay. Let's see here. Next question. Number 17. What is your favorite cartoon growing up?
Ooh. I would say my favorite cartoon. Okay. That's a very good question. Oh, I haven't thought of that. Oh, look, The Simpsons were hugely influential. Like when I was growing up, I think it's one of those things that a lot of people take for granted. But I grew up like The Simpsons literally were starting, and I was, I watched the first episode of The Simpsons, and I thought to myself, wow, what is like? It was this. I remember still people reviewing The Simpsons and going, hang on a second, this is like, what is it like? And they were just still describing it as like, the Flintstones, a modern day Flintstones. So it was still at that era. So that was hugely influential. I remember getting a Bartman toy. And a Bartman, so that was hugely influential. So if I had to say like what I've probably watched the most of, that's probably what I've watched the most of ever. But I also went through a period of time where I watched like some sort of some anime stuff like Evangelion.
It's a good series.
Yep. It's a really good series, and it was one of those first times I'd watched a cartoon or a comic or anything like that where it clearly wasn't just a kid's one. You know what I mean? Like, it was like it flipped the genre a little bit for me, where all of a sudden I was looking at, all of a sudden I was looking at drawn pictures and a cartoon, but it was like, and that was really good. I really, really enjoyed that. So they're probably the two that I would say I've probably watched the most of and or probably appreciate the most of.
Okay. Let's see here. Number 18. What do you do outside of Minecraft?
I work and I have 2 young children.
But sums it up, doesn't it?
That pretty much sums it up. Yes, I work to make money to pay for children and Minecraft. I then help take care of those children and play Minecraft. I have to say that I've always been very conscious of making sure that, particularly with respect to my channel, that it's not just a Minecraft channel, and that's certainly been very important to me because I've been gaming. I've been playing computer games, PC games for 22 years. So I originally had an Intel 486. My first game that I ever played was of any sort of note was Transport Tycoon, which was one of the first sort of Sid Meier's games, real-time strategy games, and so I played that. It was 1994. And so that was hugely influential. I played a little bit of like Civ 1 as well when it first came out. So that was 93, 91, 92, somewhere around there. I think I played it in 1993. So, so for me, it's not just about Minecraft. There's other games as well, which is important because I find if I'm on 4 SMP servers, and I have 2 creative series on my channel. and so that alone would be enough normally for a normal person, but I'm not normal. And I do like my non-Minecraft games, just so it's a little bit of a palate cleanser sometimes, so I can sort of like play play something different that's not Minecraft. Actually makes Minecraft a little bit more sustainable for me. So yeah, so I would say gaming outside of Minecraft, I'd say other games, and that's all tied into YouTube and playing and taking care of kids and working.
All right. Okay, number 19. What is one thing in Minecraft that you wish you could do better?
Um, well, Minecraft. I wish I could Minecraft better. No. I think I wish I had a more instinctual understanding of redstone. I do use redstone and do use redstone, but it's not instinctive. I have to think about it a lot and probably too much to try and figure out what to do. And I think in some respects I'd like to, if it was not that I would probably do more redstone, just so that when I did redstone it was easy and I could get back to the creative stuff like as often as possible. And I think sometimes I get a little bit caught up in when I'm having to do like build a farm or something. I get a little bit caught up in it when I much prefer to be doing some of the creative stuff. So I'd probably say just generally be better, have a better aptitude around redstone. Probably be the main thing, and then like everything else is just really like a recognition of the fact that I'm okay. I'm a pretty good builder. I'm not fantastic, but I'm not bad either, and that can always be better. And it's just a general improvement. Like every opportunity I get to be better at it, I try to take. I try to push myself a little bit. I always try to make sure that if I'm doing any builds, that I am trying to be better at it, and try different styles, different materials, push myself a little bit in terms of my the style of build that I'm doing, or the materials that I'm using, or just the genre that I'm building in, all of that sort of stuff. So I think I always view Minecraft as a learning experience. So I guess that's although I was being a bit silly before, I just try to be better at Minecraft every opportunity that I get. So that's the main thing that I try to do with every base and every build and everything I do. I just try to do it better than the last time I did it.
Yeah, I can understand where that comes from. Just that wanting to continually get a little bit better as you go along and continual improvement kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's not like it's hard once you've been doing it for a while to change, like to have that sort of step improvement in your abilities, because you build Minecraft, you have obviously certain capabilities and skills and certain experiences, and you get used to building in certain ways or certain styles, and that's all great. But so whenever there's change then or improvements that you make, you're making them incrementally, and so I think that's where I'm at. I think there's nothing that I have to say right now that I would like step change, improve on any particular aspect of Minecraft, except for just doing Minecraft and just generally being better at everything that I'm doing in every episode that I do. So yeah, I know it's a really weird way of answering it. It's just hard. Well, you know what it's like. It's hard once you've been doing this for a while to have that, just say, oh, I would like to be better at building roofs or better at building, houses, or those types of things. I'm sort of, it's not like that anymore. It used to be. I tell you, I wanted to be better at roofs, and that's actually why I started following Wells, because he had roofs.
It's the exact same reason I did too.
So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, and look, that's a good place to be. And I think the only risk in that is that you just decide at one point in time you lose the motivation to incrementally improve. But I'm certainly not there yet, and that's good.
All right, and we have made it to the end. Number 20, the tough one. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh wow, that's really tough. Well, first of all, as somebody I've never really done karaoke before, so that's hard because I as somebody who's never done it really, I think I've done it once, and I think I did like Eye of the Tiger or something like that, very stereotypical. So I haven't really done. Oh, what can I sing? Oh, what's actually, that's a I might have to. I know this is terrible as the last question, but might have to pass on this. Oh well, actually, there's a song that I have that is the song that my wife and I that's sort of our wedding song
Hmm.
from a long time ago. It's "Swear It Again" by Westlife, which is very sappy, but it's one of those songs that was just perfectly articulated our lives together. So yes, that I'd have to say if I'm in a situation where I am forced to sing against my will and against the will of all others involved, because that's not something that you want. That's like just warning. If I break out in song in the middle of an episode, the episode's not going well. And it's definitely not going to go well after that. Then yeah, I'd have to say that would be the thing that I'd sing. But again, everything that I sing at the moment, or any music I'm involved with at the moment, it's all children's music. So it's all like I can sing like maybe 5 or 6 different Wiggle songs, or things like that. So yeah, no, that's if I had to pick a song, that's what I would do. And then everybody would regret me picking that song within about 2 seconds after I start singing. So there you go.
All right. Well, that was really interesting. We got through all 20 of them. Learned a lot.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
So
I'm,
why?
no, I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find you online?
So I have a YouTube channel, obviously, that's hence why I'm on the World of Odium server. My channel is YouTube at mwallace142 is the channel name. You can find me there. I'm also on social media, same handle for Twitter at mwallace142. Follow me there. All my YouTube videos and announcements are all on there as well. So that's a good place to follow me and keep up to things. Also post all of my thumbnails and other sort of bits and pieces, letting you know what I'm working on or any changes in my schedule or those types of things. I'm also on Google Plus, and I do just because I have to be because of when I joined YouTube. They were still locking everybody into Google Plus. I don't know if they're still doing that, but I still do a few posts on there as well. But Twitter's the best place to follow me on. But yeah, all of my details are also at the end of my videos and on my channel. So if you want to go there, subscribe, check out some of my videos. At the end of that, you'll see all of my contact details on pretty much any one of my videos. Has them all in there. So that's probably the best way to get them.
All right, and I will definitely be linking all your information in the bottom of this video as well. So,
Fantastic.
all right. So it's a lot of fun. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, well, mate, it's been a long time coming. How many servers are we on together? 3?
Oh, yeah, 3 of them at least.
So it's a long time coming. So I'm very, very pleased, very happy to be able to have a chat with you for a little while like this. So thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it. And thanks for having me on. Really enjoying this, being on the server and this sort of collaborative approach to being on a server is, and all the builds is, I'm finding really, really enthusiastic, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of enjoyment from it. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. It was an easy choice.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
All right.
If it was a tough choice, I'd be a little bit concerned. So,
No. All right. Well, that is all we got today. So I appreciate it. Definitely check out all of Wallace's videos and his builds. There are a lot of great ones out there. So,
Thanks,
until next time, this is a Wandering Nerd.
I'm mwallace142. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all later. Bye now.